Who would have thought Eryth Sea was right on top of Ricky's village? Dive deep enough, you can reach their tree.
Perhaps you should try.
Might do. Haven't decided yet.
Is something wrong?
Aren't you curious? About why we're going to Prison Island, I mean.
It is not common for Homs to visit this region. You may have good reason, but forgive me. I do not pry into other people's business.
It's definitely bugging her, Shulk.
How dare you, you clown?
It's okay, Melia. We're not strangers anymore.
Well, You were right.
So then you'll listen to our story?
Yes. Tell me why you are here.
Basically, it all started when...
I see. I had heard about the Mechon assault on the lower regions, but did not know the situation was so grave. How lucky we are. Hey! What's that?
Is that?
You are looking at Prison Island.
So that's Prison Island.
Yes. And that is the Imperial capital, Alchemoth.
It's not just me, right? A floating city's a bit weird.
Built with superior defenses in mind.
Incredible. What technology makes this possible?
I do not know, and I've never had the need to.
You don't know? It doesn't freak you out?
You can eat bread without knowing how to bake it. Makes sense to me.
You will need Imperial sanction to enter Prison Island.
Okay.
We will travel to the capital first.
And how do you expect us to get up there? Fly?
There is a transporter up ahead. We can use that.
We've been deep-sea diving. Now we're gonna fly? This place gives me the creeps. I guess we don't have a choice. Right. Onwards to the capital.
Still,
What is it, Dunban?
it's a sight to behold. Those look like anti-Mechon defense systems.
It's more of a concept than
Yeah.
actual issue.
So, basically, yeah, welcome to Eryth Sea, the simultaneously most calming and most frustrating area of the entire goddamn game.
It is a very pretty area, but it really sucks to navigate. Before we go and see our main method of transportation, let's go murder some of the local fauna.
I see life outside my world is not easy.
Everyone do good!
But we mustn't be careless.
Incidentally, you could also attempt to swim the ocean if you wanted to, but there's no real point. Because most of where you want to be is, well above the ocean, and there's no way to get back up there.
I was really hoping you were gonna say that there was one point, and it was for an achievement. And it was like at the furthest end of the ocean.
No.
Something dumb like it requires you to move in a straight line for 30 minutes straight.
If that were an achievement, this definitely would be the place to do it. Anyway, yeah, to get around the floating islands, we gotta go up to the teleporters and stand in the center for like a second or two, and then we just get teleported.
And not run into the guide rails like an idiot.
Oh man, I can see how this is totally intuitive as to where you would go.
When you have like the map filled out, it does kind of make sense because the teleporters go to the closest one they're pointed at.
Yeah, and like each of the floating islands, like where the teleporters are, have that little landing, so like you can kind of draw the line with your mind when you see it. But yeah, like this place is an absolute nightmare to get around the first time you're here.
Yeah, which is why I decided to spend another 11 minutes or so just exploring Eryth Sea.
Prepare yourselves!
Don't hold back!
Sidekicks, try hard! Take me lightly at your peril.
Really? This is unexpected.
To see life outside my world is not easy.
Let's press on.
Everyone do good!
Oh, I don't think it's come up yet, but those visions can also tell us about materials we will need to rebuild Colony 6 as well.
Time to jump off a cliff. Very disappointed so far.
This isn't really the right game to be jumping off cliffs.
Could have fooled me.
You want a Xenoblade X, Jabo?
You're telling me you got an entire ocean underneath a floating city, and you're not gonna jump off?
Oh wait, we need to get to the floating city first.
You know, details, but sometimes you gotta get some practice in.
Also, I'd never tried it. I don't honestly know if you can, like, literally jump off Alchemonth into the Eryth Sea.
I don't think you can.
Like, yeah, I think, like Alchemonth is its own, like, separate area. So, yeah.
It probably is, and that's kind of disappointing.
I hate this game.
Over on this island, on the side of the camera that we're not pointed at, there is a windmill. Or lighthouse? I think it's a lighthouse, actually.
That has no relation to a future event or repair or anything. Ricky just likes those.
The hero pawn needs his very soft tails to sleep.
Hero Pawn needs beauty sleep.
Maybe he wouldn't need these very soft pillows if he took off his fucking spike armor before he took a nap. Like, that cannot be comfortable.
But what if the monsters found him in his sleep?
Well, then he'd be
Yeah, you
dead
don't
just
see
like
it.
every other Nopon.
You don't see a turtle take off its shell when it's tired. Turtle power.
I love how you got literally blue-balled on getting that item.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
It's like, you were one pixel away from it and then you got aggroed.
Anyway, you can also use the teleporters to get out of a fight if you're dying, or you just don't want to fight. This lighthouse will be important later for a couple of side quests. I believe Melia's 4th skill tree also comes from a side quest here too.
Man, we're gonna get into double digits of hovering reefs, aren't we?
Mercifully, I don't think we will be. The other unfortunate thing about navigating Eryth Sea is that everything looks kinda samey. Like, it's kinda hard to get your bearings when Hover Reef 6 is not that much different from Hover Reef 3.
You know, I just want to point it out that I don't really get the point of a floating city. You kind of expect that it's something about, like, defense, like, you know, it's bugs or whatever, aren't going to get to it. But it kind of defeats the purpose if you have literal teleporters that, like, constantly can lead you to that city, and also the Mechon can fucking fly. I just think there's a design flaw here, you know?
Well, if there's one thing the High Entia are really good at, it's sheer fucking hubris, so, you know?
Yeah, that's pretty apt. This one seems to be broken.
I can see how this would be, not ideal to attempt to navigate.
There's also a real shortage of landmarks to travel to.
Yeah, I think, like, when I played through this, I did it all in one shot, and it took me about probably 2 hours from start to finish to get, like, to actually get to Alcamont, so by the time I got there, I was just basically like, fuck this shit, and then I, like, put the game up for, like, a week afterwards.
Yeah, the, trying to find Alcamont in the original version was, a little harder than it is now, considering as of right now, we can just follow the dotted line, but in the original, you kind of had to... You could only tell which direction Alcamont was on a compass. Trying to figure out which teleporters to take to get there, that's on you to figure out.
I mean, you could kind of eyeball it by just, like, you know, moving the camera around and looking up, because, like, it constantly is there, just, like, hovering just out of reach, taunting you, but, yeah, no, navigating this place, I think in either version is kind of a nightmare.
Man, I kind of dig this, like, flying stingray. This owns. That's a good enemy.
Yeah, that's a pretty rad design.
Dance with me. Prepare yourself.
I like that the Mind Blast went off even after Melee was toppled.
Invincible. Roaring thunder.
Just the laziest Mind Blast you can get off.
Let us move in for the kill.
Everyone, don't let your guard down. Electric Gunbuster!
Flawless victory.
Not bad, not bad. But we mustn't be careless.
Man, it sure is a shame we're never going to get that heart-to-heart.
Yeah. There is a side quest in Colony 9 that requires you to have rank 4 affinity between 2 female characters.
Who are these guys?
Are those wings on their head? They must be high Entia.
Welcome home, Lady Melia.
Lady?
Huh?
Thank you, Captain. These Homs and this Nopon are my guests. See them safely to the guest quarters. Give them anything they need.
As you wish.
What's going on?
I have no idea.
Melia, are you? Melia.
I cannot speak now, but I shall fulfill my promise.
I understand.
I will arrange for an audience with the Emperor. Will you wait?
We won't move an inch. Trust me.
My thanks.
Lady Melia, he says. Shulk, you thinking the same as me?
Whatever her position is here, Melia won't let us down.
I'm sure you're right.
More of these guys.